Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Post Youth here. In the top right, we do have Dark. And in the bottom left, it is Time, or Oliviera, formerly known as Time. The Terran player that became kind of famously, the world champion. The last world champion, not the current world champion, but the one before. Awfully not full of Terrans recently, but yeah, just a side note there. And Time had one of the more Oliviera had one of the more disappointing appearances at the Esports World Cup, right? So when it came to defending his title, unfortunately he did fell flat. But he had a, by the way, this is Command Center first here. Post Youth lends itself to the strategy. But so why he didn't perform that great? Actually, he did really good, but he just didn't get the perfect result. I think he was one map short or something from advancing to the top 4, or somewhere around there. He was really close actually getting into those late playoffs, and then he just fell into that knockout bracket, and that was such a brutal fall for him. Really sinking down all the way there, and then he lost kind of early, but all of his matches were incredibly close games. So he's a real fighter, and I really love to see him play. He's a very action-packed, high-pace, high-octane guy, and he has superb skills, superb micro. Wow, 3 CCs. A barracks into 3 CCs. CC first into barracks into 3rd CC. This is a super... The only thing you can be greedier than this is... And Dark only scouts the barracks. This is such a perfect timing, man. He sees the barracks. It's like, yeah, I have a barracks. Alright. He didn't see it finish, I think. This is so crazy, man. The only thing to be greedier than this is if you use ACC here and ACC here to wall off this area and make nothing but CCs, I guess. This is such a ultra greedy build, man. Double gas after 3rd CC. Only 1 Marine. Wow, this couldn't be greedier. On the other side, Dark already going for a 3rd hatch himself, being quite greedy himself, is not going for any gas, does not go for speed. He's pumping out some queens though, so he has some safety measures, but I think this feels better for Oliviera, even though Dark has a fast 3rd base as well, a really quick 3rd. The Terran's not supposed to be at 3 bases on 3 minutes. This is on 1 Marine. The 1 Marine. This is Jimmy defending the base, man. He's patrolling with his gun. This Gauss rifle, I think it's called. C14 Gauss rifle. It's a great name, by the way. Yeah, Dark is just pushing out some creep, and he doesn't even know about this. He only saw the barracks. Oh, alright, you got a barracks. Okay. And this is gonna be into mech. Oh my lord. What are we witnessing here, man? Oliviera playing some crazy strategies already here. Just 3 minutes into this game. And Dark, man, Dark is just saying, alright, if you don't come out with anything, no Hellions, no Reapers, I'm just gonna throw down a 4th hatchery at the gold. Being on 3 drones at the 3rd. He has a Roach Warren on the way, so he can use some defensive measures soon. He should probably think about throwing down a Spore or 2, just to be sure that there's no Banshees killing him, or like battle cruisers who could come in around this time. He's a little bit open to those kind of harassments. Then he has a bunch of queens, so it's not terrible. He has 6 queens. The actual anti-air is secure, but there's nothing to detect or nothing. I mean, 6 queens don't really kill a battlecruiser that fast, so he could definitely deal some damage there. But if you run your drones correctly and do a lot of things good in a good way, you can definitely push back 1 BC. If it's the double BC opening, though, we saw a few days ago, then it's a little bit tougher. BC all in. Can't remember who played it. It was really cool though. It was 1 BC into 2 more BCs, so 3 BCs. And this is a Cyclone build. Alright. Hurricane engines here. Cyclone speed on the way. That's a lot of Cyclones here. Why does he have 2 tech labs though? Or 3 even? He's gonna make some tanks in a moment, I guess. He's only making 1 upgrade though. He's not getting Blue Flame. He's not getting the servos for transformations. Oh yeah, can you get that drone? Yeah, he gets 1. He even had gold minerals, so he efficiently deleted even more minerals. Like 75, no, 70, so 57, there you go. Value on that drone. He's just pulling these. He showed 2. And Dark is like, alright, you have 2 Cyclones, that's normal, right? An opening, you can make 2 Cyclones. And this is gonna overwhelm in a moment here. He's pushing out now. Hurricane Thrusters is about to be done here. And Dark still doesn't see it. Now the Queen is gonna spot this the first time and he's like, what? But he has Burrow. Oh my god, he can just burrow those roaches to break the lock on. But does it even matter though? This might just be too much. And if there's a scan, it doesn't, they don't care about it anymore. I love the Marine being in here as well. Like, alright. If I have him, I can bring him as well. And Dark is just gonna set up a surround. His roach speed did finish, his 1-1 is about to finish up. He's actually in a decent spot to defend this one. Now he's gonna come from behind here, all the roaches coming from the back lines, trying to completely crush this army here, but the surround does not really happen, and Oliviera can escape in 1 path, but he's losing a ton of units, and definitely the Cyclone is more expensive than a roach here. Well, yeah, Dark made that look easy, man. He didn't even know it's coming. He's like, alright, I have roaches. I'm Dark. It's going to +2 missile, not going to that carapace. So he's keeping his money extremely low, man. It's so crazy. He's playing this very, very efficient. Even though he has a gold base, he has 4 bases. He should probably try to think about a 5th base here soon. Just to expand his territory and get like a new place where you can use these drones, for example, or the patches which are about to run out here in that main, as you can see. Oh, that's a dead Cyclone. Now, Oliviera, can he make this happen? Can he make this work? He's making a bunch of tanks currently, and he's making Helions, but he never got that Blue Flame upgrade, so I'm a little bit sad, actually, that he didn't go that route. Now, he does have a bunch of Cyclones again, but he's kind of fighting without the tanks. Now, running into that tank fight, oh, that's where the roaches die. Oh my god, that's like, look at this wall of tanks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was a 6th one which got sniped. It's gonna get replaced now. If you place one up here on that high ground, man, I'd love it even more. Oh, I think he just clicked one there. Ah, now there you go. There you go. That's the one. That's the one I like to see. And I love it when they siege. Looks so great. So Dark is kind of poking this base. He's trying to prevent this from landing, delaying this. Maybe if it lands, he can snipe it. He's making a few more Ravagers. He's just trying to make this as costly as possible. It's even misplaced. Now it's going back again. So yeah, he's completely delaying this one. A Queen is trying to kill a command center, but we do have the big engage coming in here now. Dark is losing tons of roaches though. This is near close to efficient here. 2-2, halfway done, a little bit further, and that Queen is gonna pull back now. It's like, alright, I have laid my creep. This building looks really cool now with the creep covered, but it's still your building. So there you go. Oliviera making some more command centers, and on the other side we see Swarmos now. So he wants to utilize those infinite units against mech, utilizing some of that sweet burrow micro to break those lock-ons. And Oliviera needs to identify that there's Swarm Hosts on the way. Knight is on the way, Hive on the way, Swarm Hosts. They should probably get 3-3 even for their Locusts. We do see Lynx attacking at this point. No, he's immediately going into +1 melee, so he's probably not gonna go +3 missile. But we'll see in a moment when the hive finishes. And there's the first wave of locusts already killing. Oh, this is so beautiful. He's actually timing them out so they land on those tanks. And the friendly fire killed 3 tanks, man. That's such a great move. Now these armories here in that wall, I mean, they did make the wall a little bit more strong and faster to build up. But there was no fast attack, and now those links, it's a little bit exposed, to be honest. If I'm dark, that's my next point of attention, because it's an easy break and it's a good kill. If you can cancel your 2-2, yeah, there you go. Swarmos already on the way. If he goes and snipes these armories, man, I'm loving life now. And it looks like that's the direction. He's gonna go for the sensor turret first, and now he's gonna go onto the army. Would have loved to see him go onto that armory, but yeah, I guess he just wants to clear out as much as he can, man. Those are free units. Free. They were even like, they did so much damage. Oh, so Dark did cancel +1 melee here. As you can see, he didn't finish it up. Doesn't have it. And he went into 3-3 for range. And now he's gonna bust those armories. He's not gonna get the +2 attack, but +2 armor is gonna be denied, and that's a big deal. Double armory on the way again here, this time inside the base. We do see a Spire coming online. I feel like this game is looking incredibly favorable here for Dark. There's nothing really that Oliviera has against those Swarmos, and this wall of Cyclones, it's kind of like a wall of roaches. It's not as good. They don't scale as well. They're just too kind of beefy. They bunch up so much. And they can't all shoot at the same time. It's really weird, and they pop so fast. They're like weak roaches. They like more glass cannoning roaches, I guess. They die faster, they scale kind of the same. They die faster, but they also deal more damage. They pop like balloons though, it's crazy. They're coming in again with those links. There's no real bottlenecks created with like buildings. But then again, already the swarm hosts are here, so it's really difficult to create walls against swarm hosts anyways, because they're gonna get bopped, right? What you need to do here is kind of attack. You can't just sit down and defend and try to be efficient against someone who's gonna use free units to kill your buildings. Boom! There we go, the tank's gonna die as well. Oh no, oh no, those links, man. He really wanted to burrow one here, but didn't. Now the attack is gonna start here. It's mostly Cyclones though, the tanks are really far behind here. And the Swarmos are gonna be used defensively, even the Swarmos running into the meat grinder of Terran there. But there's a lot from Zerg. Now, Lynx are gonna be great in this situation. There's so many Cyclones, they're not terrible against Lynx, but a big swell, they just can't withstand. And remember, +2 armor was cancelled earlier, so the Lynx do even better, even though they don't have any attack upgrades, but yeah, they should be ultra bad. Now we do have Ultra Lisks here, coming in. A fungal, man, that would be amazing. He doesn't have one, but yeah, Oliviera is just gonna GG. There was also a counterattack going on at the same time. Wow. Dark, man, taking that game. Just making Oliviera's strategy really look stupid, kind of. Crazy stuff. That's a bit weird. Shouldn't happen. Okay. Oh, I guess that's why. I don't know. Might be. Okay. So, next map. Don't be confused, the players did switch colors, but they didn't switch in heart. They're still the same, they just look a little bit different. Here we go. In the top right, we do have Oliviera And at the bottom left, it is dark. Crimson Court is the map. Not a super greedy CC first into triple CC into 4CC whatever. It was almost like I was watching Spirit there for a moment. Playing his old style where he went like 4CC before Factory or something. Something stupid like that. Here we go, Doug is gonna take that first natural base, is gonna throw down his gas and pool in a moment here most likely. And on the other side we're gonna see that sweet and early barracks expand. One gas so far. Would be a Reaper or Marine expand here. You can make the add-on first as well. The, what is it called? Frickin' reactor. You get like a double Marine, something like that. You can go very Marine heavy. You can also make that and just don't get any units and just let it sit there for a while. Get your factory up and running afterwards and stuff like that. Tech Lab is something you rarely see, but I'm kind of expecting that Reaper. There we go. It's gonna give him some scouting. It's gonna keep the Zerg in check. Which, to be fair, like both players didn't really go for many scouts before the kind of builds actually panned out. So both players went for a greedy opening there. Now this time, I'm gonna throw down a supply depot here. Yeah, Oliviera is definitely gonna go for that scout. Gonna get that intel. But this is again a standard. Well, not again, but this is it's the standard build here for Zerg for Dark, so there's not much to see apart from, yep, you're not doing any crazy right now. Now, of course, excuse me, of course, Oliviera wants to keep these drones in check. He wants to see if he can maybe snatch one, delay some mining, or yeah, he wants to also see if there's gonna be a roach warren maybe, or like a baling nest, for example. It's something we don't really see at pro level because it's really easy to counter. But oh, the Terran is Oliviera, yeah. He's using like a Chinese handle here. Formerly known as Time. Yeah, you don't really see those baneling busts anymore, but if you don't scout it, it can be devastating. Even in pro level. Now factory on that reactor, we do starport and the 3rd CC, so kind of a Helion Banshee opening, but we've seen before it doesn't have to be Banshee. We usually see like 4 to 8 Helions, depends on how the Terran wants to play this. And yeah, sometimes, most of the times it's 2 Banshees, if it's gonna be Banshees. Sometimes we see some Liberator openings with this as well. It's very rare to see something different than Banshees or Liberators. In this case, it should be Banshees as we're going onto that tech lab. I personally like me to get a Raven in there, you know, to control that creep a little bit easier and just have this Helion Force roam to try and pick off some creep tumors and then, you know, push in with the tank Marine push later, Hellbats, and have a Raven for even auto turrets or something. Can be very helpful. In this case, it's gonna be a little bit different. So this is weird. This is Banshee speed and a Viking. Now, what are we planning here, Mr. Oliviera? This Viking is not gonna be seen here for now. Going a little bit of a weird route here. He should know that this is the Overlord spot. And yeah, he's actually gonna go and pick that one up. So he's gonna go into Banshees afterwards. Speed over Cloak is an interesting decision. He has no second starport yet. He's gonna firstly deny these scouts here from Dark. Dark is throwing down a... He's gonna start to eat through here and throw down his 4th hatchery. And he's throwing down a lair at the same time. Going up one more gas here. A 2nd gas on the way as well. And the Baneling Nest to be safe from any shenanigans here. You know, we're still not making any additional starports. I really wonder what this is gonna turn into here. Double engineering base, so the follow-up seems to be a standard bio play. going into stim. But this is really interesting if he only gets speed and no cloak. Because most people would argue cloak is the better upgrade, because, well, you can just make it basically invincible if you can't detect it, right? Bending speed +1 upgrades here for both players. Very similar. So when that bio follow-up is gonna come, he's definitely gonna be ready, Dark that is. Now we do have speed banshees without cloak, sorry, it's 2. So he just says, alright, I just gonna, you know, I'm not gonna go for cloak, I'm gonna go for speed, because speed allows me to, well, retreat faster and sweep in quicker, so I have more potential to immediately deal some damage. And this is more micro-intensive. As you can see, the drones, they have a hard time actually running from this. So he's gonna get a few, which is some nice pickups, but he cannot avoid the damage. It's kind of funny to see speed banshees like this. I really like this actually. It's a cool approach. And I always like it when pro players specifically do just a tiny different thing. It's not, I think it's the same amount of money, so it's not like it's a different investment, but it's a different kind of style. It's a different way to play those, different execution, different micro. So yeah, kind of cool to see here. Oliviera always bringing a little bit something of his own. It's gonna snipe a few Banes. This is some great usage of those Banshees actually, and them being able to rotate this fast, this makes me wonder if this should be the actual meta. Because if you think about it, like, those are usually your safety card against like a roach all-in or something, and honestly, if roaches come across the map, if you have speed, it's even better because you can really hunt them down at that time. Now he's gonna lose 1 to these queens here, unfortunately. This one is the predator with 1 kill. But he already has his bio follow-up here on the way. That's a really unfortunate loss there, maybe a little bit unnecessary. Oh, Mutalisks. Love to see it. Spire here is even researching that +1. Now this is immediately scouted. This is a really good scout here for Oliviera. He's gonna sacrifice a few marines for this, unfortunately, which didn't make it into that medevac. But this is an insane scout here. Oh, there was a bad rally, I guess, to a couple of marines. Now he should throw down a few missile turrets and be safe at home. The surprise is not gonna work. Two upgrades are on the way here, and there's the Hellbat tank marine follow-up. I really like it when Terrans keep the Helions and utilize them as Hellbats, but I don't like it when they clump like this against Banes. At least, I mean, this is what they're supposed to do though. All the bio is still safe and sound, and there's even a couple Hellbats still alive. Even though they really had a bad engage against those Banes. But this makes your army so much beefier, and I wonder, man, Dark, can he come back? It doesn't look like this. This just looks like a really bad engage from him. Yeah, Banelingness is gonna get sniped here. He has 14 Banes on the way, but that doesn't seem like enough to really clear this army. Now Middle is trying to come in, completely getting demonetized here. Oh my god. And yeah, DKZ, nothing is gonna win this game. Wow. So Oliviera takes the second game here. That was a cool game. I really like that Speedbanshee opening. I think that threw Dark off quite a bit. That was really, really cool. I really liked this edition. Such a smart move. And it actually allowed him to get a lot of damage. I think he sniped like 3 Banes, he sniped 5-6 drones. Kept 1 Banshee alive, should have probably kept both alive because it was a little bit sloppy, he didn't pull it back in time. But it's like so much damage for free for your main investment, which is meant to be a safety measure anyways. Yeah, really cool stuff. Now on to the third map. And don't be confused, the players love to swap their colors, so they rotated back to the initial state of the colors. And we do have in the top left of Golden Aura, Dark, and in the bottom right, it is Oliviera. Really cool execution there in that last game. Nice. So barracks expand here, and this is a pool first on the other side. It's an economic pool though, it's not a 12 pool, not the super all-in, but this should be some early pressure. You usually try to use this with the 6-ling opening, where you just send 2 or 4 across the map and the rest is gonna be kept at home to kind of deal with that Reaper. And the others are trying to snipe that SCV building the command center on the low ground. Now if it works, it looks really good and it's actually a lot of damage. If it doesn't work, it doesn't seem to be that bad. You do a little bit of economic damage to yourself, of course, and you delay your speed by quite a bit. But you kind of have a very early queen. So the creep is gonna be a little bit better, and you have more energy on those as well. Even going for a very, very fast third base with this is a little bit different from what I'm used to see, but cool approach here. 16 drone, 3 bases here for Dark, and he's rallying all Zerglings across the map. Now the Reaper is coming, and he did see that one. So he's gonna utilize his queen at home, try and fend off that Reaper. Meanwhile, he has 6-lings actually. And yeah, they are gonna be enough against a Marine even. They're gonna completely, they want that Marine, man. Oh, he's so greedy. Dark is so greedy, so he did not kill that SCV. He splits off 2 lings to try and kill one of the building factory guys, one building that commands it, and this is completely... Look at this. This is such a mess. There was 4 SCVs doing nothing here for a while. The Reaper comes back. This factory is not building. There's SCVs idle down here. This is such a mess. That was a brilliant, brilliant opening here for Dark. It worked out so beautiful. Definitely Oliviera's early game crisis management was not on par there. Now he tried to attack this Overlord, which just pulled back into safety. And now Dark behind this, he has 3 bases. He has his queen. He did basically delay extra queens and got this 3rd hatchery up way faster. What a play. Now he has 3 bases. He has 3 queens about to pop here. 3rd one on the main, 2 on the front. Really cool opening. Working out beautifully. Such a head start at this point. Double engineering bay. Coming online here. 3rd command center. This is a very quick upgrades. No starport yet. That's also something you see very rarely. I wonder if this is on purpose. Or if this is actually Oliviera being flustered a little bit and not executing his build order correctly anymore. This could also be an echo of him not building that factory on time. So he just didn't... And I think he also delayed his gas mining. I'm not sure though. He has this 200, or the 200 basically for those 2 upgrades, but he definitely had a very late factory, so he's like, alright, might as well just start my upgrades earlier. So he has extremely fast upgrades now. As you can see, there's no Evo chambers even remotely on the way here for Dark currently. And this is gonna be a 3cc build, sorry, 3 racks build after that 3cc. And the starport is gonna be delayed even further. He's even going up to 5 barracks? What? Before starport? What? Am I missing this? No, he does not have a starport. He should definitely make one. At this point it becomes a little bit weird, to be honest. This feels, if you don't go starport at this point, he's making a freaking armory. He's going into 2-2 without any medivacs? Is that the goal here? This should not work, and he should know this. And also, he's kind of low on units. He has 2 Helions, 1 Reaper, and 2 Marines right now, and Dark is knocking at his front with... It's not much, but 8 Roaches and 2 Ravagers. I don't think he can deal with this. He needs to pull workers. And he doesn't really have that many excess workers, so yeah. This might just be... Yeah, man. We didn't see this come to fruition, but... Oliviera tried to do a crazy strategy afterwards. Because his plans, his build was completely falling apart. And then... Dark's just like, alright, let me just make a handful of Roaches, go across the map and see what you have. If you have nothing, I just win. There you go. Wow, that was such a anticlimactic ending to this game. Crazy.